Hi and welcome to my channel. This video I'm going to talk about Gelli printing. I have been on a journey with my jelly plates. I've used them for about 3 years now, but I think I've only just discovered how I really want to use them in my practice to move forward. But there's lots of different ways that you can use jelly plates. There's some brilliant people that you can follow if you want to do lots of layering and things like that with like shapes and textures, etc. There's a couple of people which I'll try and link below. There's somebody I follow on Instagram. I think it's just called Gelli Printing, but I will check and I will link that below. But there's lots of different things that you can do with jelly plates. So I'm just going to talk about how I've used them and what I've done with them so far. And you know, there's lots of different things that you can do and lots of different ways that you can use them. But I have 3 different sizes. So this is a square one. What size is this? Let's measure. 15 centimetre by 15 centimetre square. I'm not going to use that one today. I have a little, it's a bit smaller than A6 size, rectangle one, which I'll show you how I've used that one. And this one here, which is it an 8 by 10? We'll do it in inches this time. Yeah, I think this is 8 by 10. Yeah, 8 by 10 inch jelly plate. And this is the one that I've been using a lot of lately. So this jelly plate, it actually, I don't know what's happened, but I have at some point, excuse the noise while I get it out, I've got like a hair or something embedded in it. So it has got, you probably won't be able to see on camera, but there is like an indent in it. So once something like that happens with it, obviously it cannot be rectified, sadly, but it's fine. It just adds to the texture. I, at the moment, tend to put it on a piece of acrylic to keep it in place, because obviously it's quite floppy. So I put it on there. I will look to get another one of these, like I say, because it has got this indent in it, but it's fine. I don't mind it at the moment. I think I want a bigger one than what I've got, so I need to look for that. But yeah, so this is the one that I'm going to be using today, and this is the 8 by 10. I was just checking to see that was in shot. So this little one, shall I get back up? This really small one, these are just ones that didn't make the cut for sending out, but I have taken part in John Pedder's one of many postcards on Instagram. He's a fantastic printmaker, so I'll link him below. I would definitely give him a follow. I have his book somewhere as well, of his block printing, and he's fantastic, and he does this initiative where you do a postcard and you give postcards away to a number of people, however many people you want. Obviously it's a bit like a draw, a bit like a giveaway, but you give postcards away, and when that person receives it, they donate however much they would pay for that, or however much they want to pay for that, to a charity. So it's like a pay it forward or pay it back initiative. So you don't dictate how much you would be selling these for. You're just giving them away, and then the person who receives them decides what they would have paid for it, and donate that to their chosen charity. So I developed these postcards for it, and these are just ones that sort of didn't make the cut, but I've kept them because I still like elements of them and use them for a bit of inspiration. This was a layered layered print using the Gelli plate, excuse any outside noise, the Gelli plate, and then a lino cut on top. I mainly did these like very dark backgrounds, and I used a lot of ink here. So obviously depending what you put on the Gelli plate, you're going to get different effects from it. So that's something to bear in mind. And I just love these. This was using a bit of resist as well, and a lot of layering. So layering up the Gelli plate and then putting the lino cut on top. So that's one way that I've used it, where I've layered up different things, and I love how these turned out. So examples of how you can use layer. I've used leaves here, layered up. So you get some fantastic textures, and obviously you get these reliefs, and you can get obviously the pull from that, and then you can get is it called a skeleton pull from it? I'm not quite sure. So you can get a couple of different ways of pulling the image off with this, and this is layering up leaves with some paint. What else have I done? Oh, this one here, I have used some sort of I think it was a thread or string or something to layer up, and again get that resist off. So this is using, you know, the really large bubble wrap, so using that as a to create texture, which gets a fantastic effect. This was some sort of textile, I can't remember, to like layer up. You get this like grid type pattern on it. Yeah, you can do, like I say, the possibilities are kind of endless with it, and you know, you can use all sorts of things to create different textures. So this, for example, is like some sort of textile things to make like lines, different things. You could use lace, for example, bubble wrap like I've shown. You could use like some sort of tools to, but you've got to be very careful not to indent things into the Gelli plate. But you could do, you know, depending if you use a brush, etc., you can get all sorts of texture. It's absolutely, and layering up colours. So like this is some sort of netting here that I've used on here. So like all sorts of, you can see I've cut some of these papers up already because I've been messing around for like collagey stuff, but that is things that I've done previously with them. This is sort of like a cartridge type paper. These are pulls I've done when I've got like excess paint on here and I wanted to pull them off, and I'm just going to put them in my little stock. But I've used this like cartridge paper, which is actually great for getting it off. Obviously, you know, I would say that it's not great with a textured paper. You want like a cartridge paper or the smooth paper. If you get I've used a printmaking paper before, so this is a slightly different paper. It's a bit more textured. I'm not as keen as how that works. That is different to the cartridge paper. It's a thicker paper, but you can see it's slightly different. You can buy, I've used Somerset. So this, for example, is Somerset, I think it's Somerset printmaking paper. So, you know, that's got a different texture to the cartridge paper. It's a bit thicker. I've used cardi paper. This is on cardi paper before. I like how that turned out. So again, you know, the possibilities are endless with what you can put on it, but also the possibilities are endless with the different types of paper that you can use with them. So I would just say, if you thinking of using a Gelli plate, is just experiment. Like I said, depending what you use, you're going to get different things happening. So I have used acrylic ink on it. But obviously acrylic ink, it sort of pools, you can't, you know, and it sort of slides around. So you get more of a pool of ink on your page. But I use acrylic ink to mix in with others to get different colours that I like to do. So what I have started to do is use it in my sketchbook, and I'm really enjoying using it. And that is what I'm going to show you today. It's also a bit of a great way to get over the fear of using a new sketchbook. Does anybody get a new sketchbook and really have the fear of messing up the first page? I've kind of retrained my brain not to think that. But I used to get a new sketchbook and I can't use that because I'm going to mess up the first page. Whereas now I just get in there and do it. And, you know, sometimes I do leave the first page for the fear of messing it up and then go back to it. But for the most part, I do just go in there. Does anybody else do that? Really frightened of using the first page? Let me know in the comments if you are. So I'm starting this. This is an Art Creations Royal Talons sketchbook. I've got a little sticker on here. I can't remember where I got this sticker from, but I like to put stickers on the front for whatever reason. I actually should write in the front of here. Sharpen the pencil. I've started writing in the front when I am using these. So this is January 2024. So obviously the Royal Talons is a slightly different paper to say the pith, and I've used it in both. I'll show you the pith. I haven't finished this sketchbook yet. This is my fear of the first page. I've printed on the first page, but I haven't done anything else with it. But you can, you know, you get a slightly different texture in the pith to the Royal Talons when you make a pull off the plate. So, you know, again, paper does make a difference. Like with any artwork, you know, different papers, when you're working on different papers, you get different textures, etc. So this is the Gelli plate. I'm going to use this sketchbook for now, and I'll do a couple and show. I tend to just at the moment just use acrylic paint. I have used acrylic ink as well, or I mix the acrylic ink in with it. The golden high flow acrylics, I've used them as well. Again, because they're a bit like an ink, you don't want to just put it, I don't like to just put it on and then just make a pull straight away, because you get a texture that I don't really want. But you know, just experiment with what you like. So I tend to just use acrylic paint, acrylic ink, or the high flow acrylic on these. But you know, there's lots of other things. You know, you could maybe, I wonder if I could experiment with acrylic gouache. That could be something we could try. I use a brayer. Look at the state of my brayers. I cannot get these clean the way I want to, but I use a brayer. This is just is it SD? I've got a couple of different types of brayer. This one is more of a soft type brayer, whereas this one's like the hard type brayer. So again, that will make a difference. I've used brushes on it, various things, and I tend to just go straight in, but obviously, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. I always find just using a little bit. I also tend to just mix on here. You know, I don't mix anything off to the side. I mix on here, and I just roll it out. Sometimes, you know, it's good to get those layers up as well. Do we? No, we'll try that one. And what I do is I don't put much on. I don't like it, because again, depending on how much you have on, will depend on what texture you get. And I have a piece of scrap paper that I can roll the brayer out as well. I have that off to the side. And then it's just a case, and like, excuse the squeaky brayer. Got a lot of noisy factors going on today. We've got lots of noise going on outside, and we've got a squeaky brayer. If you put a lot on, you will get a completely different texture to if you don't put a lot on. And it just depends what you want to do. And this fits really nicely. Sometimes getting it off can be a challenge. So first pull, we've got a nice background colour. It's not that much different to the page underneath. But obviously the more colour you're going to put on, the more that's going to layer up with bits underneath. Obviously the less you put on as well, the more, the easier it is for it to dry. And as well, just because I mix on here, you know, you'll get a completely different, if you were to roll it out in a separate place, you would get a totally different look probably. I just tend to mix them on the jelly plate, but this is definitely a way as well of getting over, so not only the fear of the first page of the sketchbook, which I am interested if anybody else has had that, but also the fear of the blank page. Does anybody get that? I don't necessarily have a fear of blank page, but sometimes like you don't necessarily want to start off with the blank page. So there's lots of ways that you can get around that as well. You know, this is one of them. Or prepping your pages with, you know, I've prepped mine before with like acrylic gouache or just acrylic washes. And, you know, you can sometimes get over that fear of the blank page. Like this Titan light orange, golden acrylics, light orange. I think what I'll do is I'm going to put probably a time lapse up while I do all of these.
In my dreams I'm a warrior, princess in a pattern skirt, oh yeah. Reaching for unanswered prayers, hovering in the autumn air, oh yeah. They say don't leave me like this, but I don't need them to exist. They say don't leave me like this, but no homeland
you could sort of see at the end there that I was trying to get the jelly plate as clean as I could by pulling off onto some cartridge paper with some white acrylic. There's still some really stubborn bits here that you could either leave it on. Some people leave their jelly plates because they like gathering up that texture. I tend to just wipe it over with some wet kitchen paper or something to get rid of the mark, so I start with a clean jelly plate next time. But either way, I've used 3 sketchbooks there. As you can see, the odd orange one, I really like the paper and how that pulls off the print. I love this one here. This one's really nice. You know, and this one here is pulled off like layers underneath of the different colours. So I just love the paper. It gives you totally different pull to even the Pith sketchbook. I love this last one that I did with the Pith. Again, different layers of colour. You know, there's lots of texture. But I think out of the Pith that I've done with this session, that one's my favourite one. I love that. And then I've got quite a lot in the Royal Talons, you know, different ones. In the Royal Talons, I've started to leave pages in between just when I work on them so nothing bleeds through. And yeah, it's got some gorgeous ones in here. I loved that one. I think that one's my favourite that I've done on that one there. That was gorgeous. You can get so many different effects. It's just the possibilities. I like this one as well. Which is just the white pulling it off, but you've got all of these like textures coming through. So I think that would make a really good snow scene or something. Likewise, that one. Just the possibilities are endless. I could go on with this for absolutely ages. What I might do, but in another video, or I might do it off camera, is I might experiment with acrylic gouache on the jelly plate because I've not tried that. So I might have a go and see what it's like and then come back to you on an update with that. So that would be the showing you or an update to say that didn't work at all, and we won't be showing that. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit lengthy. Please like and subscribe if you like my channel. Leave comments below. Always lovely to hear from you. Particularly leave a comment, you know, if you have that fear of the first page of a sketchbook, or the you know, or the fear over using, you know, a special sketchbook, particularly an expensive one that you've bought and then are keeping it for best almost. I'd love to hear if any of you do that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now.